We have 0 people on. All right, come on, catch up.
Oh boy.
Good, no one's on yet. I think, is that what that means?
I hope nobody.
What?
They all know, right? They all know it's tonight.
I let people know, yeah. I mean, I didn't do it.
Oh, we got a viewer.
Where does it say that now?
So it says 1 concurrent viewer.
Concurrent viewer.
The best part is they could hear everything we're saying.
Let's
right?
hope.
So let's hope it's.
Hello, everyone. Hello, you.
Hello, welcome to. Two. I don't know why we're worried. Like we've got some pretty good. It's not that we're worried. We look forward. Seneca, my boy.
Seneca Nero, hi. Okay, we got 3 people now. All right. Again, we were just a little worried. You're used to coming on Wednesdays because I know we've been doing this so long, but now we're doing it for tonight. Why is this again on tonight?
Because I'm going away tomorrow on vacation. Shane doesn't believe in vacations.
Yeah.
And when he does, it's somewhere boring like London. I'm kidding. I love London.
Yeah.
Well, at least their shows. I've never
Carnaby Street, baby.
I've never been to London, but I would love to go to London. I want to go to Scotland.
Yeah.
I'd love to do the whole Isle of Great Britain.
Yeah. You know, I say when I got back from London, I said I came up with that phrase. Every street is a museum in London.
Really?
Yes, because it's true. Every street you go on has its own museum.
Well, I love the architecture, and even when you look at some of our architecture from colonial days, it's super similar to the ones that are still there. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Everybody's coming in.
All right, everyone. Hey, Scott. Hey, Kilo. Hey, Seneca. Hey, Edward. Hey, Hoist. Seneca, Scott, Hoist. Okay, good.
All right, looking good. We got 10 people, 11 people.
11 people. All right.
Loving it. Yes, I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so we are doing it tonight, but it looks like you're all here, and that's great.
Again, my glasses.
So you got Adevs 25, Adevs.
Adev 25. Hello. Hey, Scott. Hey.
So a quick reminder before we start, we are going to be giving away this fantastic hat. It is been worn during filming this week, so you can see a little.
Yeah, it's got some game-wornness to it.
Game-wornness to it, if you want to put it that way. We got our own, LeBron James over here. His game-worn memorabilia.
That's right. And you know what? If I sign it, it actually decreases the value by 50 cents. So that will be fun. But yeah, everybody, this is our first giveaway.
So we will be giving it away, and I will be raffling off everybody that comments tonight. You don't have to even say I want to be in it. Just comment. As long as you leave 1 comment, I'll put your name in the raffle at some point during the stream. And we're going to pick out a random person on this app we downloaded. I forgot who said it last week. Was it Hoist?
I think it was Hoist who gave us the idea of this app, right? Awesome prize. Good. Thank you, Scott. That's cool. I think it's pretty cool, too. And it's LCS. It's for the USS Little Rock.
I want to give them the story behind that.
Yeah, okay. So LCS 9, USS Little Rock. It's from New Era Cap, which is a Buffalo-based company, which is pretty cool. They were founded here in Buffalo, the official makers of baseball.
MLB, yep.
MLB. So it was commissioned here, LCS 9, so it has a little Buffalo, New York on the back, and it has commissioned 16 December 2017. And again, the first time in Navy history that a ship was commissioned next to her namesake. So that's pretty cool. And the reason for that is that Ray Mabus, who was the Secretary of the Navy in the President Obama's administration, so SecNav, his first tour was on the Little Rock in 1972, 1973 as a Lieutenant JG. So when he became SecNav, all the old guys petitioned, said, let's get a new one. And so that's the exclusive right of the Secretary of the Navy to name ships. And that's how we got that. His first ship, though, keep that thought, his first ship, I'd love to hear him tell that story, was Medgar Evers. Because he was from Mississippi.
Okay.
And so honoring Medgar, who was killed, who was from Mississippi, his first to try and bridge that painful gap, probably of.
So Ray Mabus has been to the park a few times, right?
Oh yeah.
We have. If you do come this year with our old tour, I should say, back open
Right.
again, you'll be able to see his flag of the Secretary of the Navy that he did donate to us, which is really pretty exciting. Yeah,
it is
from
cool. Yeah.
08 to 15, 16,
Yeah, it must have
or
been.
09 to 16, I think, right? Under President Obama.
I don't know offhand if he did both terms.
I want to say he did.
I think so. Yeah, there was some crossover there. Cool. All right. So what do we got here?
We got
I collect ship hats. That's cool, Scott. I'm from Little Rock. All right, Robert. Cool. I like that. Welcome. New Era is good stuff. You got it. Thank you. I don't want to be in the raffle.
Because of
Seneca.
shipping.
Yeah, okay.
He's in Germany.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The shipping would cost us, but I say he could be in the raffle anyway.
Okay. Well, we don't want to go against his wishes, but cool.
No, he doesn't want because he thinks it's too much for us to ship it.
Oh yeah, no. Seneca, you'll be in.
Yeah. We got you.
Okay. So what's going on today?
So today we'll start with the founding father, if you will, the only 6-star general in American history, if you will, posthumously. I hate that word, man. I hate it.
What word is it?
Posthumously?
Oh, posthumously. Yes.
In 1976,
okay,
he was awarded General of the Armies. No other person could ever be higher than him or equal to him. An unofficial 6-star general. It is the birthday of our first president, George Washington.
Very good.
Who led the armies through the Revolution, was enlisted in the British Army before that. Interesting character.
Wasn't there something where he was attached to a fort and he was the only person to get out of the battle alive?
That I'm not aware of.
Like it was in Pennsylvania, and it's a famous fort. And it's not
before the Revolutionary War.
It may.
And I believe it was West Virginia. I think.
Oh, West Virginia. Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think it was West Virginia. And I don't claim to be any sort of expert on George Washington, but I did do a little research on him about a year ago. Read his his biography by Ron Chernow. Chernow, right?
Chernow. Yep.
And just some really interesting facts. He was, we always think of these historical figures as so almost no personality, is like poignant and just.
Well, that's the whole reverence that we give people. It's so hard to find the real human after we have him on our dollar bill for not hundreds of years, but.
He was definitely an interesting guy, and I learned a lot. He always wanted to be a general in the British Army, which he was born in the colonies, so that wasn't allowed. Mm-hmm. And the Revolutionary War was almost like a stick it to them type of thing, like, you didn't let me be a general, now I'm gonna, never had any kids, never had kids.
Right.
So anyone claiming to be a direct descendant of George Washington, you are a liar.
Well, it could be on his wife's side, right?
But it wouldn't be his kid.
That's true. You're right, stepchildren.
I believe he is the only president to never have kids.
No, I bet you there's a couple bachelors.
Yeah? Who?
Millard Fillmore may have been a bachelor from Buffalo.
If anyone knows the answer to this, let us know.
A bachelor, maybe Grover Cleveland. No, he had children in the White House. Grover Cleveland did. So we do have a question. He was the guy who, the first shot in the 7 Years' War. Oh, there you go.
He, let's see, his first, so he was born on Mount Vernon, right? Which
was he? Okay.
A plantation. They did have slaves on there, slave labor. He inherited his first slave at the age of 11, but he had a very complicated relationship with slaves. And towards the end of his life, he actually, I don't want to say treated slaves better than his soldiers per se, right? You would like to think he treated everyone equally, but he was very hard on his soldiers. There would be times where he, if you went AWOL, you ran away, and they came back and they found you and brought you back. There were documented times that he would hang one of the AWOL soldiers to make an example, say don't do this. But he would never do that with his slaves. So it's an interesting dynamic that he had. He did.
Well, humans are human, right? We are all filled with like this gray area, right? And so it's never one or the other. The historicity of someone is never all one way or the other way. It's
right, and you could tell that, like, mucky. You and I were having a conversation a little bit ago about Abraham Lincoln and where he started with his, his ideologies and beliefs, and where he ended. And that's the thing about this country, is there's so many things learned throughout people's lives, and you could really see it through Washington and Lincoln are two great examples of, even though something was going on such as slavery, how their views changed over the years.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Let's see here. We got
tomorrow is the 80th anniversary of the order to remove General MacArthur out of the Philippines.
So Laura says that Fillmore was married.
Thank you, Laura.
Joyce says James Buchanan was a bachelor.
James, that's it.
So Buchanan, not Fillmore.
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't mean he didn't have any kids, though.
That's true.
So a common myth about Washington is his teeth were made of wood.
Right.
And that's actually not true. But it was made of different things.
Oh, yeah.
But never wood. And one of the weird things that it was made of was other people's teeth.
Oh,
which is kind of like, back then it was probably like, whatever,
yeah, it's common.
And now it's like, no, please don't.
Well, I've got 3 spaces that I could use some teeth, so hand them over.
And he died of a cold.
Oh, sure. You could die of anything back then. But he was old.
He wasn't that old.
Oh, no, I think of everyone else. Jefferson was 74 or something like that. My boy Adams, he was like 92 or 93. It was all that Quaker, the hard work, put in the work, build stone fences and all that stuff. Yeah, I love John Adams. Okay, well, we got a lot of stuff.
I know, we got a lot of stuff. So Washington, 2 terms, 2-term president, only president ever elected unanimously.
Correct, yeah.
And it was both times it was, but he believed that it should be passed on. He didn't want the same kind of tyranny, per se, as like the British Empire.
He didn't want to be considered a king.
All right, let's see here.
And so also, tomorrow's the 80th anniversary of MacArthur being told by Roosevelt to get out of Dodge, so to speak, if Dodge is the Philippines. And that was, what would that be? February 23rd, 1942, and that's right after Pearl Harbor. The Japanese attacked the Philippine Islands, and just over the course of the 8 months, they started to take over all those islands, and they told MacArthur to get out of there, and he took a PT boat in the middle of the night, rough weather, all that jazz, onto a B-17, and he got out of Dodge, but he said, what? I shall return. I will return, and he did. So that's a nice anniversary for tomorrow.
Yeah, and he went to Australia, is where Roosevelt told him to go. So I just want to throw in a story about that. Myself and Terry McGuire, the chairman of our board, got to go to a birthday party the other day for a 99-year-old World War II veteran, which was amazing. It really was. We had dignitaries, read proclamations, and very special thing to be invited to. But he also was at the Philippines campaign and did go to Australia. While I didn't get the information if he was under MacArthur, it seems like that's a very good possibility. And he is, a Buffalonian. He's from here, which is awesome. We always love that. So that's interesting that he very well could have been under MacArthur's command during World War II, and it's great to see our veterans from World War II that are still with us. Yeah, it really is.
I bet that was probably really energizing for you and for Terry. Yeah, just to be able to be around that living history, which is going away by 250 guys a day, something like that. So
see, Hoyce said Washington died at 67. For whatever reason, I had 69 in my head, but 67. Awesome. Thank you for that update. And looks like Buchanan did not have any kids.
Very good. Okay.
All right.
So I did see something up top there's something about what's one of the craziest things that's happened in the museum.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was Seneca, right? Yeah, Seneca. What's the craziest thing that happened in the museum? Oh, man.
Things that I can think of that come to mind are someone jumping off of the ship. off of the Little Rock.
Yeah,
and that's happened more than once, right? I believe.
when I've been working here, it's been once.
Okay.
There's parties on the fantail of the USS Little Rock. It's probably about 40 feet down to the water line, and someone imbibes a little too much, right? They have a little too much to drink, and they go right over into the Buffalo River.
Now, if you know anything about the Buffalo River, you don't want to jump in the Buffalo River. There could be anything down there.
Oh my God, you could hit a prop.
Yeah.
You're jumping off
hit
a
prop,
fantail.
but there's trees down there, there's cars down there, you have no idea what you're jumping into.
That's right.
So that's pretty crazy.
That is very crazy. So that was the one thing that happened here. Again, last week we talked a little bit about the spirituality of the ships. But yeah, I think that right off the top, Seneca Nero, that would be what I would have to say is, and it's crazy. I think one of the other crazy things is doing 28 videos in 28 days.
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Or how about going live?
Or going live. That's pretty crazy too. But the water is not clean looking. Hello, Chris. That's true. Welcome. Thanks for being here. It's not like it was in the 60s and 70s. It wasn't like Cleveland that caught on fire, but it was, we had the Buffalo Color Company here, and they made the indigo for jeans, and they were the only place in America at that time that made the blue indigo, and so you get a lot of bad stuff into the Buffalo River.
These aren't jeans, by the way. I don't know why he pointed at them.
I pointed at those, yeah, okay.
So Scott says that he met with a Navy World War II vet this week. That's awesome. If you care to share with us, we can talk about that.
That's cool. When did give us more information, Scott. That's fabulous.
At ADAV's, don't call it liquid courage for no reason.
That's true. And, on board, summertime, you can be having a little too much fun. They got the Casey and the Sunshine Band music playing, and you're in a very interesting, cool environment. And if you can't jump onto the Talos missile system, the next best thing, jump off into the river. That's right.
We're really, we have a lot of great events here. We do have a lot of, even Canal Side as a whole, just having events and spending a whole day on Canal Side is.
Here we go again. There's Zainab.
Zainab. Favorite historical ship.
Favorite historical ship, man. This was a question a few weeks ago. I did not answer it. You talked about USS Washington when your grandfather was on.
Yeah.
Did you have another one?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
It's such a good question.
It's
because there are so many great ships out there. We have a docent. A new docent today was on the USS Dallas.
The submarine?
The submarine. Which was
he in right?
I don't know.
On for Red October?
I don't know, but that's not necessarily my favorite. But that's a cool ship.
Yeah,
cool veteran to have as
cool.
like a famous ship,
Yeah,
and it's up there with like the USS Arizona and just like very well-known ships.
Man, there's so many. I try to gravitate towards. A ship that takes on the personality of its captain. I love it, and that's certainly submarines, with the Wahoo, the Tang, certainly USS Johnston, Samuel B. Roberts, any of those that, but for some unknown reason, I love the USS Stephen Potter. Maybe it's the guy's name. I don't know much about the history, other than that I love all those ships from Desron 52. And Desron 52 was the squadron that the Sullivans was attached to. So it was the USS Tingey, the USS Stephen Potter, the USS Owen, and the USS Miller. And they were all, 535, 536, 537, 538, 539, if I'm not mistaken. So I have a real affection for all of those ships in Desron 52 during World War II. But certainly, the Wahoo's a boat that you can admire, the Tang, those boats that really went into harm's way.
Now, if you said favorite captain, I would go with OHP, our boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oliver Hazard Perry, hero of the Great Lakes, which we sit upon.
Yes, very true.
Seneca says he watched Hornblower today with
HMS
Rodney with Captain Hamilton. England's got some pretty cool ships. We have our ship to sail the steel exhibit.
Yeah.
We have some British ships in there.
Yeah, we do.
And some very beautiful ships there.
Yeah, the models.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it's pretty cool. Horatio Hornblower. I've never read, I think that's what you mean. I've never read, I've never watched, but I did watch over the weekend In Harm's Way, which is a fabulous movie.
Yeah.
With John Wayne. And, oh my God, it had everybody in it. Burgess Meredith, John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, the guy who's Archie Bunker, you know, from
Carol.
Carol something. And I had never watched it before, and it's like a 3-hour movie or something, or 2.5 and 40. You know, it's from 1965, I think. It's a fabulous movie if you've never seen it. In Harm's Way. You know, they cover a lot of stuff. Tell the men to fire faster. Don't give up. There you go.
Yeah.
Hoist, you know what's going on there.
Was he Commander Perry?
Yeah, you're Commodore.
Commodore.
Yeah,
Commodore
I think it was
Perry?
Commodore. I think at the time.
We should know this.
We should know that. USS Johnston, there you go, Seneca. We talked about that a little bit. You know, taking on the personality of the captain.
Yeah, and a lot of these ships, like, we haven't been inside, but like we do know the stories of the ships, which also helps us. You know, the Juneau is very important to us here at the park, and I mean, we don't necessarily know the ship very well as like we know the Little Rock or the Sullivans, but just the story behind that makes that a personal, especially to us here at the park and anyone that's visited the park, and of course, you know, Kelly Sullivan, a great friend of the park.
Yeah. And I mean, the Atlanta class cruisers, those CLAAs, to me are the most beautiful looking cruiser that the Americans produced. I mean, just the sight lines, just everything streamlined. The Juneau, the Atlanta, those are beautiful looking ships, those CLAAs.
So Zanin says the USS O'Bannon was in that movie. It's the highest ranking destroyer of World War II.
The O'Bannon?
Yeah.
I've learned a little bit about the O'Bannon, but I don't have that knowledge to say, yeah, right, that's cool though. The O'Bannon, nice.
All right, so guys, if you have any questions that we're not hitting on, let us know those too. We will definitely.
So we should probably start, again, we're going to be open for March Madness here in Buffalo. We're doing a soft opening March 16th. No.
March 17th, 18th, and 19th. Soft opening. You'll get the 2021 tour route. So it will be abbreviated like last year, including Little Rock. But as we mentioned before, the Little Rock will be open fully for the season starting March 26th. So
the third deck, second deck, main deck, 01, 02, 03, 04.
Yeah. All right.
Can I do that again?
Please don't. You're like Crazy Eddie, right? Do you remember Crazy Eddie?
Of course I do. Some people don't.
That's crazy.
Prices are insane.
We're old though. We're not.
We are old, and I'm a little bit older than you, but okay. The real ship was in it, and is in Harm's Way was the O'Bannon. That's nice. There was a couple destroyers. They had a couple cruisers in there. We need to watch the Hams.
In Harm's Way.
Oh,
on
In
the
Harm's Way.
Fantail of the Sullivans.
There you go. I think you talked about having a movie on board. Let's do it.
Chris says, how can you get an invite to the soft opening? Well, it's open to the public. So it is a soft opening because it is our official opening day.
Yeah.
But since we are having March Madness here this year, we've decided to open. So Chris, you are more than welcome to come on down, get a ticket, bring the family.
And Chris is the volunteer, the step forward, who will be working in our reefer, kind of cleaning that out on the Sullivans.
That's fantastic.
Right, so he came down with a friend of his a couple of weeks ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. And you're more than welcome to come down. We will be open 17th, 18th, and 19th. I think until last ticket will be sold about 3 o'clock. So, if you can get there before then, it's a Friday and a Saturday. So if you're
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Correct. Yeah.
But Friday will probably be the busiest. So if you don't have plans Thursday or Saturday, that's definitely the better day to come. Friday is the off day of the tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
When will the full Little Rock tour start, Robert? That will start March 26th. So it will be this season. So we will, again, unfortunately, we mentioned this last week, the Sullivans will not.
Right.
It's continued to be under construction, if you will. But it will be open. Just not the entire ship. Yeah,
just not the entire ship. I know it's such an important vessel, and but we got to make sure
it's got to be preserved.
We got to make sure she's going to be right before we let scores of thousands of people walk through.
And we have a new artifact in the Sullivan's room that will be open to the public.
Yeah, it will. The flag, if you've probably watched that video for the 28 and 28. So, yeah. What's that 109,000 ton monster? Oh. Oh, ha ha ha, Crazy Eddie, hoist a jack. He's now that, Crazy Eddie.
Yep, and Kilo, remembers him too.
Nice.
All right, let's go back a little bit. CG36500 from the Finest Hours. Brett said that's his favorite. Also favorite chip from Seneca, my 16 quad, 16-inch Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought's Abomination. 109,000
oh my God.
ton monster.
Oh my God. That's where that came in. I read the bottom comment first. Okay. Wow, nice. How are you guys liking the videos, though? I appreciate that. You guys liking the... I only have 5, 7 more, something like that, 6 more?
Tuesday is March 1st, so...
Right, so next Monday it will...
Monday will be the last 28 and 28.
Yeah.
So tonight is the last 20 and 28 live video, but we do have some news on that.
Yeah, why don't you start sharing that?
Yeah, so we decided we are enjoying this. Paul, the CEO, is enjoying it, and we really wanted to continue it, so we're going to do every other week. We decided we're going to do every other week. We will be starting right away, though, so there won't even be a break. We will be back next week. And then
really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So next week.
So we will be back next week, March 2nd, and then the next one after that will be the 16th.
Right.
And then we will go every other week. So it won't be like a first and third type of thing. It will be every other week. We'll be live.
Okay. All right, so you hear that? That's good. You know, through the summer months, you're going to be busy, but you know, twice a month is good. We hopefully will expand out the program, have people here, you know, talk to people, maybe give them interviews, things like that. So that we're, I guess, looking forward to that. Right?
Yeah, I'm excited to do some of these live videos outside, outdoors, on the ships.
You think that will work?
Absolutely.
Okay, because we got these.
Yeah, these will work. It'll work. It'll work.
Okay, it will work. I'm just excited about the good weather, whatever that means. I like winter too, but.
Where's the most off-limits place you have caught someone on the ships?
Oh.
We had those guys, they were down in the CIC, right?
Yeah, we had.
Smoking stogies.
Yeah, and they had their open containers with them too.
Yeah.
So
Very breaking the rules.
Yeah, right. See, that's what happens when your museum is attached to a bar.
Yeah.
All right. They'll get an open container, they buy a ticket, they walk on board. But yeah, CIC and Gunplot, which hopefully you've seen in some videos, my God, that's the first platform and second platform on the Little Rock. I caught 3 guys this year. They were all smoking stogies with their open containers. And then now you got to walk them through the rest of the Little Rock. They wanted to go through Croker, so I kind of tailed them there just to make sure they're not playing around with anything. And that was a long day. Or a long afternoon, I guess I should say. Because, you know, they've been drinking and no one else has. You know how that is, right? When you're the sober one.
So Brett says the CG36500 the other day, last week was the 70th anniversary of the rescue.
I'm not even familiar with that. I don't know.
The Finest Hours, the movie, have you seen it? Well, now you got to do that tonight.
The Finest Hour.
That's with, who is in that? Is that Chris Pine? I believe it's Chris Pine.
Oh, is it a recent movie?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I'm thinking of the wrong movie.
I don't know.
Let's see. People just saying that they really like the videos, which is awesome. Great idea to have the videos outside. Let's see. Robert says, I'm making a New England tour, and we'll be stopping in this summer, hitting Battleship Cove and the USS Constitution.
Okay, does that mean, Robert, you're coming here too? Or you're just going to go visit which you should, Battleship Cove. You know, you'll see the Cassin Young, I think, right? The other Fletcher class is in Battleship Cove, along with the USS Massachusetts. And they do have a submarine there too. I can't remember.
And we have the USS Boston sail here.
Yeah, we have the USS Boston
subsail.
Because no one in Boston didn't want it, you know. So,
Robert, where are you from that you're visiting out there and not us? Just kidding. Let's see.
I'm making a New England tour. That's cool. So what else? What do you got going on? What's your hat today? Toronto Raptors?
Yeah, this one, the memory behind this one is
Your grandfather almost played.
He played for the Toronto Raptors in 1847. My great grandfather, before he enlisted in the Union Army. There's actually no significance behind it.
Okay, but you're a fan?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right.
Actually, I do have a great moment with my son. We went, when they won the whole thing, we went to Canada to watch the final championship game in 2019, which is a really cool experience. Like, if you are a big sports fan and you get to witness your team winning it all in a place like in that area,
yeah,
it was insane.
Okay, we've never had that experience here in Buffalo.
We have not had that experience here in Buffalo.
That's right. What do you think about the Great Lakes whaleback ships? So are you talking about the whaleback again? You know, I'm not. Are you talking about the aircraft carriers, the USS Sable and the USS Wolverine? Is that what he's? I don't know that phrase. Sorry.
Let's see. So Robert is from Nashville. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, the John Kennedy is at Battleship Cove, not the Cass and Young.
So Robert said he is stopping through Buffalo on the way to New England, and he is from Nashville. So
nice.
Another state we can add to our list of viewers.
Yeah, along with the states of Australia and Germany.
Can you get reciprocity with the kids so a membership to either ship will get you into the other without admission? Not sure if NPS will allow it with Cass and Young. That way you can visit the Fletchers.
That's a great idea. We have not explored that with the kid, but that would be a great idea. We could reach out to Tim, or I could reach out to Tim and see if that's a possibility. You know, and I think HNSA, the Historical Naval Ship Association, is looking at ways of, you know, will you buy one membership, you know, and it goes to every park, or, you know, half the parks or something like that. So, you know, small places like us would probably want to do it, but, you know, you get the Midway or the Intrepid, they'll be like, no, we don't need to do that.
Yeah,
right?
No thanks.
Right. You know, we get, you know, 400,000 people a year coming through our doors. We don't need that. But for us, that might be a good thing.
All right, so Seneca says, the Buffalo is near the Great Lake. So there's actually 5 Great Lakes, Michigan, Huron, Superior, Erie, and Ontario. And we sit on Erie, but we are very close to Ontario. So Niagara Falls is basically the in-between of Erie and, and Ontario. And, you know, we are just a little south of there. And so we do sit on the Buffalo River, which empties out into the Erie, into Lake Erie. The Buffalo River is also the Erie Canal, so, right?
No, not really, folks.
But we're on, I mean, this is canal side.
Well, Lake Erie, the Erie Canal ended over there. But then they had slips, Okay, gotcha, sorry.
The continuation of the Erie Canal
Thank you.
Is what we are on.
You got it. Okay, good. The Joseph P. Kennedy is at Battleship Cove. Okay. Yes, the Cass and Young is at Patriots Point then. Right.
Edward says, fairly lucky in between Battleship, New Jersey, and Buffalo, both good day trips. There are, I mean, anyone.
Oh yeah, Edward.
Anyone in the Northeast can really make their way out here for a day trip.
Yeah, that's cool. And you know, Buffalo is Buffalo, right? There's other things to do. You know, Camden. I don't know.
Camden.
Other things to do in Camden. But you have Philly across the river, so.
You have Philly across the river. New Jersey, there's plenty of things to do in Jersey.
All right. Yeah, I've never been. So. I'm not sure if they operate similar to you, but.
Okay, so Hoist says, okay, no, that's a separate one. Okay.
Hi, Husky.
Hoist says Intrepid has reciprocity. Why can't I talk tonight?
I don't know, man. It's
these words, these fancy words.
Yeah, like posthumous and reciprocity.
Presidential libraries do it. The New Jersey and the Intrepid do it. Again, you guys have to remember, we are smaller. We are smaller parks though than some of the other places.
Yeah.
So it is different in that regards to that sense, but.
So the Intrepid and the New Jersey have a shared ticket?
I don't know. Ryan's your boy. You got to ask him.
He doesn't make that public. I've never heard that at one of our conferences, that he just offers that up. Like, I like that.
Cass and Young is in Boston Naval Yard with Old Ironside. There's an old cargo museum ship on the Great Lakes that looks like a semi-submersible.
There's a cargo ship on the Great Lakes. All right, you'll have to be a little more specific or something. Oh yeah, I'm getting all these destroyers messed up. The Laffey, the ship that won't sink, is in Patriots Point. Yeah, man, I tell you. Because there's like those two in Boston, right? There's the Battleship Cove, and then there's, the Boston Navy Yard. So I always get them mixed up. The Cod, did someone say something about the Cod? Paul would, Paul from the, yeah, right here. Wait.
I'm not sure if they operate similar to you, but I want to see if I can get a job at the COD this summer. Any suggestions or advice?
Well,
now, the COD is in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Isn't that all volunteer, though, if I'm not mistaken? Or
there
do
might
they have
be one
staff?
or two staff. They might have part-time staff. Honestly, is that Husky? Yeah, hey, Husky. If you want, you can email me, Shane@buffalonavalpark.org. And, I talked to Paul, who's the executive director there. Paul Faraci, I think is, or Farach? Something, sorry.
So I'm not trying to be rude. I am just starting to put your names into the...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hoist. Kilo 19. So, I mean, if you wanted to, if you're really interested, I could, if you have a resume or something, I can send it along or give me a biography. If I'm... I want to make sure that I can speak about you, if possible, but I could reach out to him. Better to stay in Philly than travel to 62. We got Husky, we got Hoist, Seneca, Kilo, Robert, Edward.
I don't want to forget anyone here, guy. Chris
D. Brett.
You got Brett.
Well, maybe they're not on, Scott. Ooh, in stereo.
In stereo. Sorry, throwback to the Beastie Boys there.
I think that might be it, right?
All right, again, if you are here and you have not, Laura,
yeah.
If you are here and have not commented, that is the way to enter our giveaway tonight. All you got to do is comment, and we will enter you in.
Oh, Adev.
I got Adev.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, and we can do that. So I think we had a little issue, and so, you know what I noticed? This is a good topic. While we have some people here, we have 19 of you here today, right now, thank you. What I've noticed, and I want to hear you from you guys, I uploaded a video of us plugging a hole in the starboard, forward, aft fire room freshwater tank. And I think I did that on Sunday night. It just doesn't seem to get as many views as other videos. See, to me, that would be
Sunday night, or the Sunday night videos, or is it the topic that you're saying?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that's not as interesting to people as I think it is interesting to people. I'm really interested in that sort of stuff, but maybe, us crawling around, shoring up with 2x4s, and I've noticed, I really thought our bilge snipe videos would take off, and they kind of have. We had 4 parts to them, but maybe that's not what this crowd is looking for. They're not actually looking for the preservation work itself. Maybe you're looking for the stories, the history, but when I started this, when I worked on starting this channel a year ago in earnest, I was like, oh my God, people are going to love these. I'm getting splashed with water everywhere. But
I'm still waiting for you to fall in.
No,
and us catching it on camera, because that will absolutely go.
Well, that almost happened.
Do you remember that?
It was only like a month ago or something,
no, it
right?
wasn't. It was in like November.
Oh, in November, right.
Shane almost fell in. It was a bunch of silliness. We were a bunch of silly gooses.
Yeah, we shouldn't have been doing what we were doing by ourselves, but
lesson learned.
Lesson learned. We're not going to do it again.
Learned.
When you have someone walking along the pier saying, "Hey, do you guys need help on that submarine?" I think that was like we should not be doing that again.
It is not that interesting. History is more interesting, and the stories.
Okay, Seneca, good. Thank you. I thought it was cool. People need to say how the ships are vulnerable. Yeah, I enjoyed them both. Okay, good. Yeah, but I like Seneca's comment. That's honest, right? Like, it's not as interesting to me. And I want to, if we put up a video and one video has 300 views and the other one where I'm plugging a hole has 150,
Right.
You know, I mean, so I'd like to see something going on.
And we are, you know, I know we say this all the time, but we love ideas. So send those ideas. If there's something that you do want to see, we'll make it happen. So
the rest of the videos, I'm going to tell that it's a very short video. It's only probably about 5 minutes of the croaker, something interesting with the croaker, 2 little interesting stories. I'm going to do the Admiral's spaces on the USS Little Rock. What else do I have planned? Oh, I finally got to the peak tank, I should say bosun stores or supply division stores. That was going to be the one I was going to do until we went into the freshwater tank. So I got that one, and then there's going to be 3 or 4 others. You know, maybe something on the collections, because I'm really kind of going through our photographic collection and organizing that, so that'll be a boring one, unless you're like a collections wonk like I am. But
you know, one of the first things when I started interning here, all those years ago,
lay it on. Here we go.
Was you and I were sitting up in the talk room, which is our conference room basically, and we were going through some old photos, and it was like, I remember it was like really cold on the ship that day, so we went up there, and even as boring as it might sound just talking about that, I mean, we found some really cool stuff, and
it's not boring at all.
It's not boring, especially when you know you're looking at these things for the first time, or it's telling a story you didn't know, or a different version of a story. I remember it was something about the kissing sailor. We had like found a picture of something that had to do with that, and it was like,
all right.
I don't remember exactly. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, but
yeah. It's so interesting. And in my prior work, I lived in their photographic collections, and the way you can tell stories with photographs is just, and the cool thing is that most of the photographs in our collection are not in the public, because these were photographs that sailors or soldiers took themselves, and then they just put them in a box and shipped them home. So they're not in the public sphere, right? And that's what makes it important. Like, we have some photos of the concentration camps after they were liberated. Like, those pictures of that horror have not been public anywhere. Right? And that's important to say, that this shows a different angle than just what, you know, the official Army photographers would have taken.
Or what the textbooks say, you know?
Right.
When you see something more, you know, you see actual photos of the events with no words even associated with it, like sometimes it's a lot, and we do come across those in our line of work. Hoy says you should put the chaplain's office back to the way it was when the ship was in operation.
I got a great comment from a guy that served aboard, and he said that was, you know, you got to forgive me. I commented on it this afternoon, but so he was saying that was not the chaplain's office per se when he was on board, but it was like the chaplain's records office. So they kept like records there, as opposed to him actually being in that space. So the file cabinets, things like that. And they would get other guys, they would get other yeomen and stuff like that in that space. But he was saying he worked there for I think 1 year or 2 years in that particular compartment. So I was my comment was, I'm gonna talk to Brendan a little bit, see if we should, you know, kind of rethink that. And, you know, but I like that religion on board a Navy vessel. I think that's important to tell as well. So.
Right, because that's part of the experience, and everyone had their belief systems. And
Robert, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that, you know, it is important, historically speaking.
Robert?
Yeah, the special weapon.
Yeah, I know. And again, as we like to say, you see the space the first time we're seeing it. And so we peered down there and we said, oh, I don't think we're prepared to go all the way down to the holds or the second platform on the Little Rock today. So that will be a video as we move through the season, because I want to get down there, right? We just were like, oh, for the length of the video, you know, we want to try and keep it to 10 minutes. I know I have not been fully successful on that, but we just didn't want to, we were going to cover a lot more than we actually did. But You know, I've heard those stories. If you go into a compartment that's filled with rust and things like that, there might be like oxygen depletion because of the ionization of. Are you familiar with it? You ever heard that before?
I have not, but I'm not a scientist, so.
Right, I know, but I think museum ships talk about that. Like, and that was a comment. Like, did you ever go into a space that just completely rusted out, and like there's no oxygen, which we have, and there's like no oxygen in there. Now, I've heard other museum ships talk about it, but that's as I'm walking by them with a drink in my hand or something. Like I'm not really.
So nothing noticeable though, as far as like a decrease in oxygen.
Yeah, I don't walk into a space and say, and run out or something like that. But that was an interesting comment. If you guys know anything more about that, the weapons magazine.
So I'm just gonna. So I just want to finish hoist.
Oh, what's that? Did Shane crash?
Can everyone still hear Shane? I just want to make sure.
Hello.
I know. Let's see. So Hoist was saying, I like to see the ships the way they were when they were in operation, like the crew just left. Shane, you're a big fan of that too. You do like the...
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying I'm not, but there, as a museum ship, we do have some exhibits set up to, tell the stories and stuff. But yeah, it is important for us to leave some of it the way it was, and you can really see.
Yeah, that's, again, you hear me talk time and again, and when I was with Brendan in the Chaplain video, these are historic homes. So the way historic homes are treated, to me, are the way these should be treated.
Right.
Now, all of these exhibits, as we've seen, the Polish exhibit, the DESA, which is the chaplain's area, all were in the 1980s when they had no staff here, and they would just farm out spaces to any group that was willing to build something.
Right, and when this was given to us, a lot of stuff was gutted out, right?
Yeah, it's cannibalized,
so we would have to, I'm sure, reutilize that room in a different way.
Right.
Because if stuff was taken out. Let's see. Chris says...
Take it later. Oh, sorry.
Chris says, I think getting out the fact that they require work to just keep afloat, let alone able to be toured, is good to get out there. Yeah, so, I mean, you do see, like, some of the work that we have to do. But somebody else, I was reading it...
Take a lighter and light it.
Seneca made good comment.
Thank you, Hoist.
A video plugging a hole is not that interesting. More video on the techniques of hole plugging would be interesting.
Got it.
I like seeing how areas are engineered in those spaces, kind of neat. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Seneca, but kind of along the lines of how they would do it when they were on the ship, maybe. Do you know what I mean? How they would react to plugging a hole when they were, out at sea. Yeah,
I can get it. And what I can do is we could probably do a demonstration. Right, so I can get a piece of steel, we can kind of drill a hole through it, set it in water.
Mythbusters over here.
Oh, Mythbusters, yeah. Can I be the bald guy? With the big mustache?
I'll be...
I don't know the guys.
The other guy, I guess. I like seeing how areas are engineered in those spaces. Yeah, that kind of goes to the same point, and just seeing how things were. Remember when we did the photo lab video? That was really cool.
That was
just
cool.
For the fact we didn't even know that was a photo lab at first.
Right.
And somebody had brought it to our attention.
Yeah, Joe Greco.
And we made a video on it, and you found some old photos of it, or did he send us the photos?
He sent those old photos.
Yeah. So,
but we used it to analyze the space.
Right.
And
because we weren't positive that was the room, but if you haven't checked that one out, that's a good one to check out.
That's a very good one.
Because we were discovering that at the same time as as you guys were, really.
As they were, yes. Yeah, that is, I like doing that, and that we just talked about photography. Like, you take an old photograph of an intersection, say, of your city, and then you go to the intersection today, and you're like, where can you identify that it's the same, right? Mm-hmm. I've always loved that. And that was kind of what we do. I went through and, looked at the old photographs from Joe Greco and said, oh, there it is, right there, right? It's fabulous stuff.
Let's see. Someone said something
1 month ago.
Some of the metal work is like art with a LOL, but it really is. It's interesting, right? I've always been one, especially
industrial art,
right? And when I started working here, I always wondered like how they made these ships so fast, and with all these people on the ships, and that they still worked, and that some of them are still here today for us to view. It's kind of an art in itself, like designing these ships, and they were pumping them out fast, and
they were
during these wars.
You're right.
So
some of them were constructed frame by frame. Some of them were, piecemealed together, like, what's modular. That's the Kaiser way, right? The Kaiser shipbuilding is just build them all and just stick them all together, build all the parts, stick them all together all at once.
Well, Seneca's got a great idea for a video too, how they would do it then compared to how they would do it now.
Oh boy.
So that's pretty interesting.
Then meaning sail?
While this was open, like while the Little Rock was commissioned and out at sea, how they would fix a hole, like for example, as opposed to how it would be done in the Navy today.
Oh, that will take some work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. That was probably the same, pretty similar.
My idea of an ideal museum ship. This is from Seneca also. The crew left 1 month ago, and someone put signs explaining stuff everywhere.
Yeah, we've talked about that. That was Brendan and I again in the chaplain. We were like, the guys just walked off the ship 20 minutes before you, the visitor, came on board. I love that. That's the historic home way. Is everything's as authentic as possible. Everything's a period piece. But again, for us to be here 37, 40 years after we opened, when all of that cannibalization was taking place, we are trying to retrograde stuff that has taken 35 years to change, and we're trying to change it all at once, and we just can't do it all. But
yeah, I would say that the croaker,
it's a different mindset.
That the croaker is pretty accurate to what it would have been on board.
Yeah, there's things that are missing.
Right, but there isn't really exhibits per se. You're walking through.
It's true.
It's set up in a way that this is what they were experiencing through life. And I mean, you've done a great job of, the kitchen, right? Some of the plates that are there and the cans.
Oh, the fake food.
In sick bay, there's the old medicine and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, there is one that's from 3 years ago.
Bottle. Yeah, and then someone worked at that kit place. Someone commented we have a first aid kit in there, and they're like, "Oh, I used to make those kits." I can't remember who that was though.
Chris and Seneca both enjoyed the photo lab video.
Cool.
Some of them really do stick out though, not just filming them, but editing them. When I'm sitting behind the computer and doing the editing. Sometimes Shane will ask me, he's like, hey, see if you can get a photo of this, or, and photo is usually accompanied by a story or facts about that, and I get to learn more just from editing.
Yeah.
And watching these, a lot of times I'm filming and I'm trying to pay attention to things and not catching everything Shane's saying either, so when I do sit down and I really get to listen to it, I mean, it's the whole process for us, it's still a learning experience, especially Shane does a lot of research before these videos, and he's learning things every day.
Yeah,
so
it's true. As we're all of us, right? I mean, thank you.
Let's see, how you...
Was the set of Das Boot.
Oh, okay, I understood. Seneca, okay. He was rephrasing how you do it versus how they did it versus how we do it as the museum. So kind of like what you do already, but then compare it to what they would have done.
Currently, the Navy currently.
No.
Or back then, the sail days.
Right, so plug in the holes back then versus how we do it at the museum to keep it afloat.
Okay. They got someone drunk with rum and then just shoved them in the hole.
Yep.
Patted them down with the mallet. Yeah, there you go.
Chris says maybe you can find some places that have been repaired with the old methods as well. The only historical ship I ever was in was the set of Das Boot. Great film. Great film.
Yeah, that's a great film.
I was single digit age then, or slightly above. Somebody said something, I missed something, I know. Oh man, we need to see sonar control.
Okay. Are you talking on Croker, or we have the sonar room on the Sullivans? It doesn't matter. You want to see both spaces. We can go down.
Do a comparison even.
Yeah, we could do a
Sub
comparison.
Versus
yeah, that's true.
Fletcher.
That's true. One of the spaces that we had to plug was the sonar room on the Sullivans, and that's way down. And if you see a profile, you'll see the dome at the bottom of the ship there, and so we were just right above that. But yeah, there's countless spaces, right? But I mean, I got to take mental notes. I'm jotting things down as well. I jotted down a great idea today, and you know what? That's why I jotted it down, because I have no idea what it is anymore. Right. But that's why I wrote it down.
So I think I have an idea for the future. Oh wow, it's 8:53.
Holy moly, guys! All right, 8:50.
I'm thinking we use that TV up there.
Yeah.
So we're not sitting there like this. We can actually just have a screen and just read it as it comes across.
That's good.
We're learning this too as we go along.
Yeah. A lot of learning going on here.
Yeah, we're just always learning. They just hired 2 guys off the street. We didn't go to school or anything.
All right, we got to do the.
We will do that. Let's just get the kilo, the bottom one, if you want to go ahead and check that out while I get this set up.
Was there a procedure for operating NBC environment and decon procedures? There probably was on the Little Rock, but I don't know it offhand. So we'll have to remember that, and I'm going to have to research that for deconning ships. What is the space we're in right now? Well, this is the entrance to our museum building.
You know what? I will.
No. What are you doing?
Just don't worry about it. So there, Shane. This is the entrance. If you can see behind them are the doors for the museum building.
Can you see that?
Yeah. You can see the top of it. This is our museum gift shop and our ticket counter. Our restrooms here. This is upstairs to the museum exhibits on the 2nd floor. You can see a little bit.
We're right underneath the P-39 Air Cobra.
Yeah, it's a nice little loft idea here. We got the Liberty Hound behind us. That will be.
It's a restaurant.
Opening with us for the season. Yeah, we got our elevator there. Well, yeah, this is basically our lobby of the museum building, where you can access pretty much everything else in the building. So yeah.
But that's why we have the step and repeat.
Shane likes to call it the step and fetch for whatever reason.
But they're really called a step and repeat. So, all right, everyone, we have to. We don't want to keep you like we did last week, though. We're thrilled. Sorry, my shoes are a little squeaky too.
All right, yes. So we will go. All right.
Do you have to pay for it?
No.
This is for the cap, everybody.
All right, you ready? There we go. It's running. I don't know if you could see that. Hey, Devs, you are the winner.
Nice.
Fantastic.
A-Devs, are you still here?
We got A-Devs here. A-Devs, if you are here, you did win. We'll have you email Shane.
A-Devs 25. Oh, that was good. That was good. A-Devs. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you, Edward. Again, we're all just kind of starting fresh with this YouTube thing. And certainly the lives. Yes, sir. Okay.
All right. Hey, Devs. Shane at buffalonavalpark.org. Go ahead and email him, and we'll get your shipping address and get that out to you.
What would be, thank you, A-Devs. Congratulations. What would be a good second gift, do you think?
Well, we are opening soon.
Yeah.
So I do like the idea of maybe giving away 2 tickets.
Oh,
for a day at the park.
That is a great idea.
So we can do that. And then we can just kind of go through some stuff and see what we have to give away. We want to
do the flag on each of the ensign staffs.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good prize. Maybe we'll do that for like 4th of July or something.
Or Memorial Day.
What we'll do is we will actually hoist the flag on each ship, leave it up there, and somebody will win that. So you could say, I have a flag that was on.
Yeah, and we'll sign it on the hoist end, hoist the jack. Hoist the jack, I love it. Yeah, we'll sign it on the hoist end with the day, the 3 ships.
Hoist just said an ensign or a jack flown over that boat.
Yep, there you go. Yep, he loves that. He's got 4 exclamation points.
He does.
Or whatever they're called.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to come up with some ideas. We have posters and stuff, like, I don't know.
Yeah, we've got original posters.
We could always give one of those away.
Maybe one of those away. World War I, World War II, original posters. A portrait of Stephen's smiling face.
Yeah.
Do you have to say goodbye to your family like you normally do?
You know what? I think I don't think any of them are watching.
Because
we're all
he's
getting
going
ready.
to Florida tomorrow, right? They're all getting ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that would be an awesome prize. I like that idea. One of the posters that we have, because we do have a lot of posters.
We do.
Like
we have
the
about,
Buy War Bonds posters, a lot of those.
Yeah. You know, send your, you know, don't talk, you know, loose lips sink ships, things like that.
Yeah.
And those are original. So those would be pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Right? They might
pretty
be
cool prize to win.
Pretty cool prize to win. We won't frame it for you, but we can roll it up and send it to you.
Yeah.
And so maybe we'll do, 3 or 4 of those posters.
Yeah, we could do something like that.
You know, they were brought into the collection, I guess, in the 90s. They've never really been cataloged, though I'm pretty, we know what's in there just by looking at them. And yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, so we will come up with something for the next 2 episodes. Remember, that's going to be March 2nd and March 16th. And then we will have a special opening day. But we will be live streaming our opening day ceremony. So that will be live streamed to both Facebook and YouTube. And Shane and I will do maybe 10 minutes before the ceremony starts. We'll do a little 2000 watch intro, and that's not, if it works out, you know, people like are watching and stuff, I'd like to do that for any of the events that we have that we're here. We can kind of introduce you. You'll watch everybody in the background.
We'll have to get the wide world of sports emblem, you know,
those big
yellow blazers.
Those blazers, yeah. I'll be Howard Cosell.
Okay, good. I'll be the other guy who
Marv Albert, yeah.
Have fun in Florida, Seneca Nero says to you. Great.
Thank you.
Old posters are super cool. Thank you, Chris. I agree. Scott says keep up the good work. Thank you, everyone.
My wife just sent a message saying that she is listening and hurt. Hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just thought maybe they were getting ready for tomorrow and excited and not wanting to watch my boring face that they have to see every day at home. But anyway, March 2nd, March 16th, we'll give away prizes, and then maybe at that opening day ceremony snippet that we're going to give you, we'll give away 2 tickets.
And that's on the 26th.
That's on the 26th, 10 a.m., so figure about 9:45 a.m.
It's Saturday,
March 26th, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right, so that works for Seneca.
That does, because it'll be like
it'll be 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something, yeah.
So we will be live that day.
Coming to you live.
And that's when we will give away 2 tickets to the park.
Thank you, Kilo. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Hoist. You guys are great. I love that we have such a passionate group. And again, well, you'll see it in a video later this week. I say it's not about how many subscribers we have. It's about the passion and the bond that we're building, and you're building with us, and we're building with you.
Yeah. 9:01. Take care. Sorry, honey. Sleep on the couch tonight.
All right, everyone. So we'll see you next week, the 2nd at 2000.
Wednesday night.
And then the 16th at 2000. And then
opening day.
The 20. Oh, I got the dates wrong. Okay, but you guys know.
2nd, 16th, regular.
Yep.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep. And then
Wednesday
the 22nd.
Night. And then the 26th.
09:45.
Yeah,
09:45.
We're telling them like 7,000 different dates here. 2nd, 16th, 26th.
There you go. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, guys. See you next week. Oh, I forgot I could do it from here, so I don't do that awkward walk to the camera. See you guys.